Thank you for joining me today for our VoxAid webinar blast. I'm just going to let it go a little bit over past before we get started, just in case we get any late starters joining us. So we'll get everybody sat down and waiting. Feel free to post any questions on the chat or the Q&A. I'll have a little look at both towards the end. Because it is a bit of a blast with this series, what I've done as well is I've left a exit questionnaire on the Zoom when you leave a meeting. Just if we don't have time to get them, you can post a question there and then I can get back to you directly as well. When it closes, just have a little look at that at the end, and you can always fill a question in there as well, which is all great. So we're getting on to 11:30, and I think everybody's through the door. There's quite a few of you here. I'm hoping you can all hear me. Maybe if someone just puts in the chat that they can hear me, then we'll get started and get a little go with VoxAid. Everybody's there. We go. Thank you, Nick. Dave, excellent. Everybody's there. That sounds brilliant. Apologies not having my camera on today. I was worried about my bandwidth of my internet, so I've kept it off just to kind of keep things as smooth as possible, which is what we always like in these live demonstrations. I'll share my screen now as well, and so we can get all the visual on. So we'll get that going, and I think that's all great. Awesome. Well, without further ado, because these are blast sessions, I am going to get started. So yes, thanks everyone for joining me. This is the first in our newest series, Aventido, our VoxAid Blast series. With our latest product is coming aboard with us, VoxAid. So VoxAid is, in case for those you don't know, is an add-on to Dragon that provides users with thousands of bespoke commands that enhance hands-free control when using a wide range of assistive technology solutions. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of months is, I think we've got 6 of these little blast series to attend. So if you want to come to all of them, that would be amazing. You can learn a little bit about each assistive technology product and how VoxAid works in there each time. So nice little, that's what we've been doing over the past year, is decided that this kind of size is just great for you guys because you can kind of jump in, see a little bit of what the product has to offer, jump back, take that away and process what you've seen. But yes, these demonstrations are a great insight and see how VoxAid reduces the hindrance of having poor keyboard and mouse skills, allows users to dictate application-specific terminology to form application functions as well. And that's because VoxAid basically has all these natural sounding commands in there. As you'll see when we start to use them, they're very much quite natural and sounding to go with the product there. I was just checking, I just saw another message to check on there, so I was just making sure everybody could hear me okay. And again, this just helps reduce the frustration of menu navigation because we're dictating natural language application-specific commands within our AT products. So the first one we're going to looking at today, as you might see I've got open on the top, is ClaroRead, the popular text-to-speech software. Obviously, it has a lot of other features that go along with that as well. So we'll be looking at VoxAid's command ability to run through the checking of homophones, playing back text using the voice commands, using the spell checker within ClaroRead, having a look at the way ClaroRead can change font size and spacing as well, and how we can do all these with commands in VoxAid. And also use one of my favorite features, which is saving audio text. So what I think is great about this VoxAid series is you get a little bit about the other bits of AT as well. So it's kind of a 2-for-1, which I think is great. So like I say, we are on a little bit of a blast, so we're going quite quickly through everything. So we're going to get stuck in and get straight started. Open Microsoft Word. Click blank document. Insert Claro dummy text. So the first thing we're going to look at is the homophone feature in ClaroRead. And we can use VoxAid to use commands to get this straight away. As again, this is great just for a user just to be able to get the best out of the software whilst having Dragon and VoxAid and ClaroRead together, harmonize, limit their keystrokes. If they're in a position where that is something that perhaps gives them pain, or perhaps they just kind of get bombarded with too many menus and too many buttons, being able to use, verbalize what you want to do, I think can be a lot quicker and clearer and easier for the user. So yeah, let's have a look for some homophones here. Go to beginning of document. Display homophones. And there we go. As I say, we're using that kind of natural language. We want to see the homophones, display homophones. VoxAid brings that up for us. Let's kind of cycle through them. Click next. Click next. Click change. Click next. Go to suggestions. Press down arrow. Press down arrow. Press up arrow. Press up arrow. Click change. Close window. Go to sleep. Excellent. So what we've done there is we've brought up the homophones window. We've navigated and looked at all the different results that we can see within the ClaroRead window. We've changed options where we thought they'd been incorrect. We've even been able to move into the suggestions box as well. All this has obviously been doing directly via voice and not using any keystrokes at all, and made our changes that way. And again, all very natural sounding commands, which just gives the user an ease of using the software, and naturally to remember the commands as well. So what we're going to have a little look at next is the playing back of text. Obviously, this is one of the most common features in ClaroRead, and it's one of the stuff that users obviously use the most. And we've got two very easy methods to do this, and I want to show you both of these, and just have a little chat about that as well. So let's move before a word. Insert before there. 1. Press play. Press stop. I just might have realized that I may have not included sound on the share so you can hear the ClaroRead voice. Let's just have a quick message if you could have heard the reading there. And I might just turn my screen share on and off again, because I think I could have forgot to tick the box. You guys couldn't hear it. Right, yes. My bad. I'm so sorry. I don't know why Zoom doesn't do this automatically, but I will just end my screen share. And I'll share sound. Here we go. I don't know if we got screen share, screen. Okay. Right, my apologies for that. Let's go again. So let's move to a point, and we can just say press play, and VoxAid will allow us to do that there. Undo that. Insert before there. 1. Press play.
There were many items on the agenda of the prior meeting. However, feedback has been returned and the following items have been highlighted.
Press stop.
Sally and her husband would like to take their...
And there we go. I think that would be much better for you guys now, as I have ticked it for the sound. I will just go back to this chat real quickly. Yes, excellent. That's good. Yeah, my apologies for that. It's the one button I always forget to tick when doing sound demonstrations on Zoom. But there we had it. We navigated to a place, and we just used our natural commands of pressing play. It presses play for us, and pressing stop when we want it to stop. Using the press play function, we'll carry on reading throughout the text so you can get it to read for as much as you like. But what you can also do as well is you can move to a point and play a sentence. Insert before feedback. Insert before feedback. Play sentence.
Feedback has been returned and the following items have been highlighted.
Go to sleep. As we can see there, that just read to the end of the sentence. But we have press play and play sentence. Again, what I've always found perhaps when teaching and having Dragon users in the past is, when it comes to commands with Dragon, if you don't get the command exactly right, then your action won't get performed. But what's great about VoxAid is having these natural sounding commands and having alternatives as well. Is maybe if a student was to perhaps slightly get it wrong or use, having two chances is better than having just the one. And I think that's a really nice addition that VoxAid adds to Dragon. We got there. Right. So what we noticed then was, I think when we're listening, we've got the word highlighted, which is incorrectly spelled there. So let's use the check word feature in ClaroRead to correct that. Select highlighted. Check word. Click change. Go to synonyms. Press down arrow. Press down arrow. Press up arrow. Close window. Go to sleep. Again, very much just like the Homophone, the tools are natural and the same sounding to move to the windows that you want to go to. So not only can you make your spelling errors and look at all the features with the definitions and the suggestions that ClaroRead has, but you can use VoxAid to navigate through those mini menus, perhaps changing a synonym, clicking change and moving into that as well. So again, really efficient there of moving and limiting our keystrokes. Another nifty feature of VoxAid is the ability to use ClaroRead's font spacing and line spacing tools. And these are great for students with SBLD such as dyslexia who may find the current document they're on difficult to read. So what we can do here is wake up, change text to font 1, increase character spacing, change paragraph spacing, change paragraph spacing, go to sleep. Excellent. Again, another example we've got there with ClaroRead's font changing. We don't have to select any font that we want to change. We can change the whole document with our voice. That's changing it to one of the scientifically proven, easier to read fonts for students with any perhaps neurodiverse changes in themselves. And we've managed to increase the character spacing and we've changed the paragraph spacing as well. So we've got bigger lines there, which is great for kind of staying on target and not skipping lines when we're reading, and gaps between the letters and words ourselves so we can identify the words more clearly too. And again, all done that through VoxAid as well. We are also going to turn text into an audio file, which again is one of my personal favorites of ClaroRead. It's something with me being a trainer as well as product specialist at Aventido, is the thing that students really enjoy seeing and make a lot of use of, especially in this nice weather. You could set yourself an audio file, get onto a bank, little grassy bank somewhere, and just watch the world go by and listen to some notes. Get us out of the house. We spend too much time on our screen, especially now we're working from home all the time. So let's have a go at that. Select the second paragraph. Copy that. Save as audio. Click save. Go to sleep. And again, it's just so fast. We can do all this without the need to touch our computer as well. And make an audio file for them to transfer onto wherever we might need to take it from. Did I save that straight to the desktop? I think I did. There it is. I just called it the word there. But there it is. It's just a file. I can do whatever I'd like to do with that as well. Just a little final little feature as well. I'm just kind of doing a little taster of just some of the capabilities within ClaroRead. If you guys want my script after this, then I'll pop my email in the chat, and you can request one there as well. And we've also got a more extensive ClaroRead command list as well that you could have. We can get settings again, as I talked about, kind of menu overload, easily get into settings with ClaroRead. Open Claro settings. Press down, press up, close window. And again, we can, oops, let me turn my mic off. What we can do there, which is great, is we can change the voice from that angle there using the up and down to select through the different voices within the ClaroRead settings menu there. So there it is. 15 minutes really does fly by when you're going through a few things. I'm sorry for that little bit of a hiccup there. VoxAid is available on the PC, obviously, and the AT Edition retails for £179. We also do have lighter versions for if you want mind mapping specific commands or note-taking commands. And the AT Edition is the full edition with the full command suite across your Assistive Technology package. I will open up to any questions we might have just before we finish, because I can see the screen is flashing around now. Brilliant. Oh, great. I can thank you, Jules. I can see how this is useful. Thank you very much for the praise there. No, it really is. I mean, me being a trainer myself, one thing I love is assistive technology that just kind of molds together. You know, all these packages, everybody uses things individually, but when you can use things as a group, I think that's just what the whole thing is, to, you know, really emphasize the student's learning experience. You know, the middle ground of VoxAid between AT packages, being able to do all this, I think is really good. Nosheen, great. I'm really glad you liked what you saw there as well. VoxAid itself will just, once you install it, we've got the little logo there. That will just install straight into Dragon, so you don't need to open up VoxAid. It'll just be straight up when you use Dragon, but I just thought I'd show you the cool logo on the side as we're going on there. So, yes, what I'll do, just to send so you can see, I'll put my email address here. And if you have any questions about anything that you've seen today, then please send me a message and I can get anything sent to you that you might want.
Sam@aventido.com.
Thank you, ClaroRead, for echoing that. But yes, what we'll be doing next week is showing VoxAid within Inspiration. So we'll be making a map using our voice, which again is amazing. And then we're moving on to doing some nifty things within Microsoft Word as well, which I think is really clever, that's been added. And onwards and upwards with all the other programs we've got over the next 6 weeks or so. So be sure to join us again for another 15-minute blast of VoxAid, where I'll be showing you a little bit more with the next AT suite. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm a few minutes over now, so I'm going to stop the share and stop the meeting. But take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.